Hello, good morning, it's Ryan Kruesi Originals, and today is a car day. We got Despot Dennis coming in to help me out. The car is tore apart. I had to get new shocks because I got the wrong shocks to go with the FDF kit and it blew them to shit. So BC sent me some new ones, the Q25s, which were supposed to be 3 to 6 weeks. So me and Trent got excited, tore my motor apart because I thought I had 6 weeks, and the shocks showed up the next day. Ha! Great. Motor's apart. Dennis is going to help me come in, do some crazy motor shit. We're going to put a new radiator in, radiator fans, oil cooler, power steering pump cooler, and a whole bunch of other crazy goodies. Before the car stuff starts, Trent's still working on the Super Glide, and we keep having this crazy problem where the brake light stays on with the ignition off. So somehow just the brake light is continuously getting accessory power, which baffles me because when this is turned to off, all accessory power should be killed. It should be dead. And there's no power running to the brake switch up here. We checked all that. It's dead up there. But somehow this dude back here, just the brake light, not the running or accessory, just the brake light itself is getting power. So something's funky. Now I'll give it a try. Dennis?
What's that?
Yep, still getting
has power?
Yeah. Brake switch is definitely grounded or shorted somewhere.
Just straight hot battery power though.
Yeah.
Hey Dennis, the electrician.
Yes, sir.
Look at this.
All right, let's work on it.
The ignition's not even hooked up.
That's a LED though. Put a voltmeter on it. That'll pick up like the smallest amount.
But there shouldn't be any to it, right?
Right, but
Like and it had a resistor box plugged in line, and I think I took it out and threw it away.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. Did I throw it away? I was like, I don't need this. Apparently I do.
I have the same light on my 03 though, and it doesn't do that.
Yeah, we've been running these
So
things
you only
on.
got 6 volts on it, but that'll light a diode. That's what it
Why is it getting 6 volts though? It shouldn't be getting anything.
No, it shouldn't, but let's see.
Like there's no, well I guess there's power to the harness, but like.
There's not power to the harness because the power to the harness comes through the ignition.
Oh.
This is the plug right here. Run it back.
That's the taillight plug. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so let's lift this and then we'll test on the plug and see what we got. We'll just keep cutting the circuit in half.
3 over on right here on the top guy is your guy.
Yeah, I still got 6 volts there too.
So you'll pull that battery out, pull the battery box out. Let's see if we got something pinched off in there somewhere. Something that's a main hot. Could be coming from the regulator or something. Something that's inline hot's got to be pinching somewhere.
Yep.
And it wasn't doing it before with the stock tail light, so I think we had to have forked something up. Here we are with the motor. Intake is off. Dennis is going to work on pulling the heads. I'm going to drain the coolant system and pull the radiator out and get the coolant shit out. But Dennis is still helping Trent with that serious electrical mystery we have over there. I think we're probably going to have to call in Angela Lansbury for this one. I've never seen this kind of mystery before. Dennis got the valve covers off. Rocker assemblies, they're all apart. Got to pull that stuff out. I got hung up with Law Tigers in a little quick meeting, and then a bunch of other stuff, meeting with the machinist for the Softail. But we're moving along. So we're getting the head bolts out, and the genius, whoever built this motor, from the people that I bought that car from, red Loctited the head studs into the block. So this guy right there comes out about 8 turns, and she's seized up really hard. So I got Tommy going to the store to get me some crayons, and I'm going to melt some crayons down in there and hope to God get it out or buy a new block. I did not invent this trick, but hopefully it works. I don't know if we're going to get the crayon to melt down in there far enough. Goddamn crayons! Woo! That thing wouldn't move at all. It just come out and galled up so hard. Just melted. We used to use beeswax. You used to be able to get tubes of beeswax. You can melt it into a bolt, and beeswax works unbelievably well. But you can't buy beeswax anymore because liberals ruin that for everybody. So now you just get shit hot, melt a crayon in it. They're full of wax, probably beeswax if I had to guess. And my God, that came out easy peasy. That thing was I thought for sure I was buying a block.
Yeah, it would literally lock up when it come out about 8 turns.
Lock, like it was galling threads. They put red Loctite on these. That melted it right down to the tip.
Damn.
Just the tip.
Wow.
It's a great game.
Well, if you're ever in a bad scenario and some shit's seized up, just get the bolt and the material that it's in piping hot, melt the crayon in there, and then get it really hot down below so it draws the crayon down to the threads. God damn, I'll be dipped in shit. It's 4:30. We just got back from lunch about 20-30 minutes ago, and we're gonna work on the suspension because the motor is completely tore apart. Heads, definitely not ported. They lied. We're gonna work on them heads. Now we're taking, these are the shocks. The bushings right here, I pressed this one all the way back in, but this bushing had blown completely out of the side of the shock, and that was the main problem. So now we're going to take these dudes, which I wish we had some WD-40. We could just make this nice and smooth, but we're out of WD-40. And we gotta put these dudes in. Fancy, Heim style, spherical bearing. Pretty sick. Sick nass. And it's assembly time. Okay, so it is the next morning. I forgot to film an outro last night because we worked on this thing, I don't know, till like 6 o'clock, me and Dennis. We did get the front shocks totally done. They're back in the car. I'll give you a quick glance. Oh, it's dark in there. Man, never mind. You can't see shit. It's too dark. But anyways, they got a nice Heim up in top now. They got a Heim in the bottom, spherical bearings. It's a much better setup. The front end felt really, really good before. But it's probably going to feel even better because the bushing setup for that was just not it. They totally blew out. But new shocks, everything's set up. We'll probably have to do some ride height adjustments because they kind of dialed in a little different than the other ones. And I still need to get it to Rob Racks and have him do a real alignment on it. But we did pull the heads off. I also ordered a bunch of shit this morning. So I ordered from Fastline brake lines. I have a whole brake line kit coming that gets rid of all the stock hard brake lines. We're getting rid of the whole ABS module and all the brake lines all the way back to the car. We're going to have that all redone. It will also have an adjustable brake modulator to modulate from front to rear, which I don't know shit about that or what it's supposed to be, so that's going to take some research. I also got an ATI underdrive harmonic balancer, a damper, fancy underdrive pulley that's like spins things at less of a rate so I don't burn the alternator and the power steering up when holding it at high RPMs and drifts. That's a common thing in the Vets. And it has some rubber gel shit inside of it so you don't blow the crank out of it, which is a common thing with the stock harmonic balancer in Corvettes. And it's like 8 pounds lighter than the stock one, so the thing should rev really fast. So it should make the motor rev even faster, especially with the light and flywheel that's in there, which that made quite a bit of difference too. Also from Texas Speed, ordered a Typhoon, Tornado, Torpedo, V2 cam, something. It's a cam they recommended. It is one of their biggest cams, not the biggest, but one of the biggest. It's supposed to have a better mid-range in it. Got a whole valve train, lifters, dual layered valve springs, head gaskets, the whole head gasket kit, rocker retainers, lifter retainers, an upgraded oil pump, and a bunch of fancy stuff. They said with the intake manifold, throttle body, and all the shit that we have in a good tune, this car should make about 425 at the wheel. That would be awesome. The people I bought this car from claim that it weighed 411 at the wheel. I think it made more like 311 at the wheel, to be honest, because I have a 500 horsepower truck on 37s, and my truck would smoke this tiny little Corvette. Absolutely annihilate it. Like, I know what 400 horsepower feels like, because my truck was originally 4, now she's 5, but when it was 4, it would still eat this Corvette. 400 at the tire is a lot. This thing was probably a 300 horsepower car. It sounded nasty, but it did not feel that nasty. It probably will be though, but I am also gonna pull these heads apart and I'm gonna port them. As you see, there is a lot of room to clean these up a little bit, which I have never ported LS heads before, but I have been porting Harley Davidson heads for over 15 years, and I am really, really fucking good at it. And I know my shit because I learned from some people that were really, really good at it and spent a lot of years mastering that. And it's basically the same exact head and technique. They even use the same lifters. Did you know you can use LS lifters in a twin cam Harley Davidson? It is the exact same lifter, and they cost about a quarter as much as buying a set of S&S lifters. Just a little tech tip for you there. Gonna port those, gonna do some head work on them, gonna redo the valves, and probably get them vapor blasted by Cash so they look really pretty. Do a little powder coat on the motor, fancy up some things, and make this thing real bad. Other than that, stay posted, like, subscribe. I know it's more car shit, but I like doing car shit from time to time. CruesiRentals.com. Peace!